from California, and we're going to welcome the whole bridal party. First, we want to welcome the parents of the bride, my older brother and his wife, Bill and Jane Starr. Bill and Jane Starr, come on up. Next, please give them a warm welcome, the parents of the groom, Wendy and Thomas Chang. Give them a big round of applause. Wendy and Thomas Chang. Next, the bridesmaid, the groomsmen, and ring bearers. We think we got at least one of them, Allison and Nathan Starr, with Isaac and Levi Starr. I think we have Isaac with us. Give them a big round of applause. Nathan, Allison, and Isaac. Next, another bridesmaid and groomsmen, Kelly Beretta and David Russell. Kelly and David, come on down. Let's hear it for them, ladies and gentlemen. Take it on the side by 5. Another bridesmaid and groomsmen, Rebecca Starr. Yes, she is my niece. And Matt Pierce. Rebecca and Matt, come on down. Give a big round of applause. Rebecca and Matt. And next bridesmaid and groomsmen, Megan, Verania, and James Houseman. Megan and James, come on down. Little SNLP. The next bridesmaid and groomsmen, Emily and Albert Chang. Emily and Albert, come on down. Give it up for Emily and Albert. Gentlemen, I want to hear the roof come down for the maid of honor and the best man, Sharon Redmond and Nate Richardson. Sharon and Nate, the maid of honor and the best man. Give it up, Sharon and Nate. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now the moment you've really been waiting for, Mr. and Mrs. Anderson and Julia&Anderson. Mr. and Mrs. Anderson and Julia&Anderson. Anderson and Julia.
You
And now I'd like to welcome grade school. There's a few, but very, very few. So Nate and Anderson have been very close friends, have good times. I've gotten into a little trouble occasionally over those 25 years, perhaps. So I think that's very reflective of the kind of man that Anderson is, to have a friendship with his best friend, who's the best man, for 25 years. So congratulations to you very much. So now I'd like to turn it over to Nate Richardson, the best man, for a little speech. Nate.
Hey everybody, I'm Nate, Anderson's best man. Or as Instagram used to call me, the blonde one. It's great to be here. Very excited. Big energy in this room. Whole party, great time. I want to welcome everyone. It's not every day you get to celebrate such a wonderful, once-in-a-lifetime event with so many loved ones in the same room. That's right. This is my 5-year wedding anniversary celebration. Thank you guys for coming. I don't recognize some of you though, so I think there might be some party crashers in here, just saying. But yeah, my wife and I got married 5 years ago on this day. Anderson, Julia, it's a hell of a party. Seriously though, I do have to thank the parents of both bride and groom. Jane, Bill, you raised a wonderful young woman. Wendy, Tom, thank you for trying. Just doesn't always go the way you want. He's trying though, he tries his best.
She makes him better.
Yeah, she makes him better, for sure, no doubt about it. Now, I've known the Changs for quite a long time, as Uncle Bob said. And they've always been incredibly kind, warm family to a bunch of high school kids who did not have a ton of redeeming qualities, I have to be honest. Anderson has 3 siblings. Alan, his oldest brother, who also just got married recently. Congratulations to you and Danny. Alan taught us many life lessons, including how to tackle in football by leading with the crown of your head. Which, while incredibly effective, hasn't aged super well. He taught us a lot of other stuff too. I just can't really recall because of the memory loss. Stop, Alan. Thank you. Next up is Albert. Where's Albert's over here. He's had a 6-pack for as long as I've known him. Pretty cool. That's pretty high on my list, so you're up there. And Emily, the standout athlete of the bunch and soon-to-be doctor. Pretty impressive group all around. You guys are an unreal family. I'm honored to share this day with you, so thank you. And the stars as well. You're a newer addition to my life. I've only just met most of your family this week. But
there's more to meet.
I'd liked you from the start. It's never been hard to tell from the way that Julia talks about you guys, though, that your family has a close bond. Julia lights up whenever the topic of her nephews, Isaac and Levi, comes up in conversation. And it was great to meet those 2 boys, along with their parents, Nate and Allison. It's also been a great pleasure, obviously. Jane and Bill, you guys are fantastic. I had a great time with you last weekend. It was a really good time. I know a lot of your traits are certainly in her. You guys have done a great job raising the young woman that she is. One more round of applause for the entire family, guys. Now, I've known Anderson since elementary school, as we've kind of covered, but there's a lot of material to kind of cut through, so I had to weed some stuff out. He certainly has a bigger-than-life personality, and I know it's a little bit cliche to say, but he really does live every day to the fullest. Seems like every weekend he's in a new city, visiting friends, or in a new country exploring. He's walked on volcanoes in Hawaii, swam with whales in Tonga, and he religiously travels to see Eric Church concerts all over the country. The joke between my wife has been, where is he now? He makes friends everywhere he goes, whether it's Boston, Ohio, Chapel Hill, Charlotte, Montana, and he's officiated a grand total of 7, that's right, 7 weddings and counting, including Matt and Katie's just this past weekend. Congratulations. Everyone was a barn burner, nicely done, Anderson. But honestly, back to the main reason we're here. My 5-year wedding anniversary. You can't use the same joke twice, can you? It's sentimental this time, I swear. Let me set the scene. It's the week of my wedding, there's a hurricane. Our wedding's on Nantucket. For anyone who isn't familiar, it's an island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Starting Monday, no way to get there. Tuesday, no luck. Not good. My wife's already there, I need to get there. Tuesday night, Anderson and I decide that the next morning, we're gonna go drive down at 4 a.m. to where the ferries are and just see if we can make something happen. Not great. We get there early, as expected, nothing. We're not getting there. I am at this point in a horrible, horrible mental state. It feels like I'm not gonna make it to my own wedding. It's 5:45 a.m. when suddenly, out of nowhere, of all things, like a ray of digital sunshine coming down, Anderson gets a Twitter post on his phone. As you know, I'm not a big Twitter guy, but Anderson is. He's in touch. There's going to be one ferry to the island at 6 a.m. to carry medical personnel for the hospital there. This boat fits around 300 people in the summer. That morning, it was me, Anderson, and 5 emergency room doctors. I didn't think I'd get a laugh out of that one. One page closer to the whiskey. At 6:37 a.m., the two of us have a celebratory beer on the ferry. I know the exact time because I still have the picture on my phone. It means a lot to me. No other flights or ferries went over after that one until Friday. Anderson had saved my wedding week. If you think it ended there, it did not. As you can imagine, a wedding week during a hurricane caused a little bit of chaos. Throughout all of it, Anderson was right there with me. Groceries for 15 people? You got it. Quick stop at the brewery? Blow off a little steam with me? Absolutely. Bridesmaids need more rosé? How many bottles? Tie 7 bow ties on the wedding day for every groomsman because we had no clue how to. Of course, Anderson knows how to tie a bow tie. That's just who he is. He's prepared for anything, and he's always all in. This guy's always been the one in our group of friends that brings everyone back together when it's been too long. Whether it's Thanksgiving, Miss, or just random dinners. Maybe we can celebrate Chang Hanukkah going forward, maybe? I'm just spitballing here. We can discuss it over hot dogs and a beer or something, Anderson. What I'm getting at, we've all grown up in one way or another, but he's always been committed to his friends and staying involved in their lives. He's dressed in full-body costumes as both Elmo in sweltering summer heat and Santa Claus around Christmas, solely to entertain our kids. Sometimes they laugh, sometimes they scream. It's the effort that counts. Now, Anderson's always been like family. I think you guys get the feel for that. But it started to become obvious that this Julia star was special to him when I started getting less requests for after-work drinks and midweek dinners because he was spending more and more time in this new relationship. I hesitate to mention this because I think he set me up specifically for this exact occasion. But early on, he told me over a few cocktails that he thought she was the one he was going to marry. So while potentially premeditated, in the end he was right. And that brings me to Julia, the better half of this equation by far. She's smart, beautiful, witty, and a marathon runner, which is impressive, but also kind of funny because Anderson likes to say 5K instead of 3 miles because it sounds longer. That one works? We spent a recent weekend together with these guys, and Julia put on an absolute rock star performance where she led her team through a cyber hack while simultaneously enjoying a lovely summer afternoon with us at a brewery. Truly impressive. If her boss is in the room, she deserves a raise. Now, one thing that everyone here might not know about her, just a tidbit that I like and that gives me a tickle. Julia got fed up with cheap, overpriced Etsy products and bought her own embroidery machine to start making personalized stuff. She has now outfitted our entire group of friends, kids, in clothing. And it's impressive stuff. There's dogs, there's initials, it's detailed. I'm not really big on stitch work myself, but I do love that she does her own thing. I also appreciate anything that's passed down from generations, and I know that she learned all the most important points from her mom, who learned it from her grandma. That's the kind of stuff that carries over, and it's important. In the end, guys, I think marriage is all about finding that someone that makes you want to be a better person, a better version of yourself. And Julia, As someone who's known this guy for a long time, it's easy to see that you're that person for Anderson. Now, it wouldn't quite be Anderson's wedding without an Eric Church quote, so I chose one I like. In a song, it's good, it's a good one. In a song Talladega, he says, "Most days in life don't stand out, but life's about those days that will." Anderson, you are my brother, and I couldn't be happier for the two of you for finding each other. Here's to a lifetime of those days that will stand out. Cheers to you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for the best man, Nate Richardson. Give him a big round of applause. Sharon and Julia met 18 years ago, a long time, when Julia was a freshman in Houston, Texas. They've been very, very close and almost inseparable friends for that entire time, for 18 years. Sharon, recently, I understand you accompanied Julia twice. I don't know how you did it, twice in overseas trips, and they've had a lot of fun together. Julia is a very special niece of mine, and I'm sure, and as such, you're a very special friend for Julia. So please give a warm welcome to the maid of honor, Sharon Rajman. Sharon, come on.
Thank you very much. Oh my gosh. Well, Nate, that was very hard to follow. That was amazing. I definitely won't be that long, so. But as Bob said, I have known Julia for 18 years, which is crazy. We only actually lived with each other for 4 years, because after that, she went and did her thing, I did mine, but throughout all those years, we've stayed just as close as ever, and I know that we'll continue to do that forever. Oh gosh. To tell you guys all the stories that we've had together, I mean, like he said, we've traveled abroad together for 2 times, lived together for a month in Spain, had crazy experiences there. She's come to visit me in Arizona before. I've come to Boston, watched her at a marathon, which is beyond impressive, and I'm so proud of you. But the one story, which I have to tell because it's crazy, Bill.
Uh-oh.
I got in some trouble in high school.
Yeah.
We were fun. But we had a lot of fun. But we lived in a town called Bel Air, and that town has very strict cops. So they definitely knew us in high school very well. And they liked to bust our parties. And most of the time, I had my very lenient mom come and pick us up, and it was no big deal. But she happened to be out of town. So we had to call Bill Starr. And if y'all know Bill Starr, that was not fun. But the problem is, all these cops like to make sure that each kid is punished and has one parent per kid come and pick you up. So my parents were out of town, so we had to do the next best thing, and that is pretend that I was a foreign exchange student. I am from Mexico, so I do speak Spanish, so immediately just turned to straight Spanish. He played along, we passed, we got home, and it was awesome. Yeah.
My Spanish wasn't that good.
We ended up doing it the next weekend as well. Yeah, but then, I mean, got home, ate a whole box of cookies, per usual. For all of you that know Julia, you know her core sustenance is box of cookies, a bag of chips, Celsius, and tortellini, which I found out tonight she calls daddy noodles, because those were the only things that her dad could
Hey!
Luckily, she's now met Anderson, who's a very good chef, I hear, knows how to work a grill, and is feeding her a lot better. Giving her proper nutrients. So Anderson, I actually knew so much about you before y'all even started dating. Through those times, I probably created one of those text messages that you got. So. But no, I heard such good things about you. You treat her like a queen that she is, and when I actually met you in person, I knew in that moment you are her person. You treat her so well. The way you look at her, you call her my love. I mean, it's beautiful. So, thank you for doing that. But yeah, you guys are strong and independent alone. And now seeing you guys and knowing what you're going to accomplish, you're just going to get stronger together. So, oh gosh. I wish you guys lifetime happiness and health. I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen.